I think this is the first completely honest record I've put out. This is the first time I've been truly, truly authentic with my innermost thoughts.
That little brick house on Apple Tree Lane, got to know her first.
All it is an inner look into who I am. Well, I want these stories to be shared with others because that's the way we all find connection and healing and love with one another.
To her about spring break, she had to learn the hard way that loving can hurt. I wanna show you every version.
So we are at my very first childhood home. This is Apple Tree Lane. I think with anything from your childhood, it's gonna bring that like wave of nostalgia. It's kind of bittersweet being back here just because you think back on those old times and you know they're gone, which is sad, but also just so many good memories here, so it always brings joy too.
Darling, I'm just checking in on you. It's been a while and you know how I worry. You're always in a hurry. Wonder if you even know how to take a little time and slow down.
This was the best. I was out here all the time. I had my little SpongeBob and Barbie fishing poles. We just fished off this dock right here and never catch anything at all. We feed bread to the geese and yeah, it was always super safe and fun, and again, the whole community around here was really loving and sweet, and I was friends with the neighbors' kids. We all were just like one big family running around out here. I mean, this is home. This is where I am rooted. This is where every girl I'm talking about, this is where every single one of those girls exists. This record taps into so much nostalgia and heartbreak and excitement and joy and all the different things, but they're all experienced here in this place. So I thought putting my hands on, you know, the physical roots of where I grew up would make this record translate even more.
I haven't forgotten that you hate being pushed into talking.
This is the first house I ever picked up a guitar in, which is really fun. I would lock myself in my room for hours and just try to learn chords on YouTube, which is how I began learning. I took piano lessons and I wrote my first song in this house. Probably about a boy that broke my heart or something. In every girl, I say, you gotta meet the ballerina, the child of divorce. And in this house, I actually learned about my parents splitting because my older sister came to me. I was wearing my tights and my little leotard, and my older sister let me know that my parents were getting divorced. And it's just crazy to think about that girl and who she was and how devastated and hurt, and she was able to overcome so much and like build me into who I am now and strengthen me in so many ways. And I don't think in her wildest dreams she would imagine that we are where we are now, but it's really special, and kind of what this whole project is about is just embracing the hurts and the growth and the change that life brings without us asking for it, and letting it form you into the best version of yourself. Music became such a huge source of comfort to me, and I realized how much I loved it because I would hear different artists put their feelings and emotions into words that I wasn't able to, and express emotion that I didn't realize was in me through their songs. So it was really cool to start learning how to do that for myself and talk about my feelings and my experiences within my own songs, and know that one day I'd be able to share them with other people, which is why we're here. It's so special.
In my hometown, you should be settled down no later than 23. But around here, it's your career and running after 30 under 30. Caught in between two speeds of what's expected.
I think a lot of what I experienced growing up plays into the kinds of songs I write. I had a deep love for country music. It was just in me. I was singing it in my car seat kind of thing. So whenever I got older and started playing guitar, that's just what naturally came out.
Slow down.
We are at the Blue Note. This is my favorite venue of all time, always will be. This is where I grew up going to every single concert that I mean, all my childhood was spent here. This is where I grew my love for music, where I saw some of my favorite artists, from Thomas Rhett to Luke Combs to Colby Calais, everything in between. I was dying for an opportunity to play here, and I finally got to after about 2-3 years of playing out, gigging out all over Missouri. They asked me to come play here and open up for a show, and that was one of the most special shows I've ever played to this day.
Stop thinking I'm not where I ought to be. I bet God laughs when I act like I control things.
The first time I played, I just remember walking up. I was the Thursday following Luke Combs on a Saturday, and I just was shaking. When I get nervous, I shake and my voice shakes, and I just remember gripping really, really tight to my guitar because I just didn't want people to see how badly I was shaking. And I got through my first couple songs, felt a lot more confident, looked out in the crowd and saw countless friends and family, and just felt really comforted by that. And then I remember I played Ashley McBride's Girl Going Nowhere for the whole crowd, and that was extremely special just because I got to, it was a testament to how hard I'd worked on it, and it almost felt like a nod, you know, saying you're on the right path, you're doing the right thing.
I gotta hurry up and
In Every Girl, it says, you gotta meet the new-to-town 20-something with a dream who had no idea how much she was shaping me. And it's just reflecting on that girl who played here, who played all the wineries all over Missouri and Kansas, and really any venue that would let her in the doors. She worked her butt off to finally move to Nashville and start pursuing that dream. So this is one of those venues that helped shape all of that.
I wanna show you every version of the person that I've grown into, and take you with me through all of the memories that made me who you see from who I used to be. If you wanna know the woman that I am, you gotta meet every girl I've ever been. You gotta meet the ballerina, the child of divorce, who prayed for her mom and dad to love each other like before. And you gotta meet the new-to-town 20-something with a dream.
The first song on this record was Every Girl, actually. And the main line of that song is, if you want to know the woman that I am, you've got to meet every girl I've ever been. And that song just stuck out to me so much because it holds so much more weight than just that 3 minutes worth of music. You know, it's talking about every single version of me I've been for the last 25 years. It's a lot of different girls. It's a lot of different mindsets and memories and perspective shifts. So I think it almost felt like it needed to be tapped into more than just a single, and that's why I named the whole record Every Girl, because I think each song on the record gives you a really good glimpse into different versions of myself I've been or still am or I'm growing into.
Know that ain't nothing that I would change, 'cause who I was made who I am today. I wanna show you every version of the person that I've grown into, and take you with me through all the memories.
We are at Rockbridge High School. This is my high school. This is the age and the stage I was in life whenever I found out that this is what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. I remember my junior year of high school, everyone started talking about, you know, next steps and where they're gonna go to college, and it's when I decided I didn't want to go to college, or I didn't need to, I guess, for what I wanted to do. It's the place that pushed me into realizing that my dreams were to be a country singer. And right out of high school, as soon as I graduated, I moved to Kansas City, about 2 hours away, and started pursuing it full time. Okay, this was my creative writing classroom. The desks are new. That's nice. This was the only class in high school I really enjoyed the curriculum. This was the first time I ever played in front of anyone, was standing right up here. I procrastinated my final project, which was supposed to be some kind of big creative writing project, and I had already written a song, and Mr. McGinty let me get up front and play that as my final, and I got an A. I also sang about the boy that was in this class in that song, So that was super awkward, but got the grade and started my love of performing. For a lot of my life, my dad would always say the words, "Then what?" to me. He would use it as a way for me to challenge my intentions in anything I was doing, whether that was in friendships or in a relationship or career choices and that kind of thing. He would just always ask me, "Then what?" And what it meant was for me to slow down enough to look inward, see what I'm doing, and examine the why behind it. And that has stuck with me. I actually got it tattooed on my wrist. And in his handwriting too, which is really special because he hates tattoos. So the fact that I got him to say yes to that is amazing. But I have really developed that why behind why I'm doing music for the last few years, and just feel now more than ever that I'm where I'm supposed to be, because my music is finally in a place where I feel like it's really honest and really authentically me, and it tells my story really, really thoroughly. So yeah, my then what feels secured at the moment.
It's hard to be happy in this bar, just another night. I'm making everybody think that I'm alright. Lead another toast, fake another smile. Be the life of the party for a little while.
What I experienced really early on in my career, which was sort of, how do I chase that next thing? And so I started looking inward once again, and I realized through all of that my relationship with the Lord was really suffering at that time, because I was placing myself before anything. It was me, and completely adjusted that and completely turned that around. I've just felt such a peace and calm knowing that I'm where I'm supposed to be right now, and that He's gonna lead me anywhere I go. I think we all have things that we've walked through and been through, and it can be hard to look back and be thankful for those things, but when you understand it got you to where you are now, it really does bring a new light and a new joy around them. I look at my life and I look at how far I've come from, the scared little girl who was 12 years old, just didn't know where her life was going, didn't know if she was worthy of anything. And then now coming back and revisiting her and seeing how far and how cared for I was in each single step of the way, whether I knew it or not. I can't not be happy knowing I've been looked after like that.